Yo, what up, America? Once again, it is time for the Nerd Strip Club. I'm your boy, Johnny Quest, and my man, Slim Jim Longfoot over here, or that way. Anyway, it's time for another episode. It's Saturday, the eve of 4th of July, so a lot of y'all are probably out partying and getting your groove on and blowing up some fireworks. So, be safe out there. But as usual, America, it's time for me to tell you a little story. So this one actually goes all the way back when Johnny Quest was just a mere kid. And, as far as my father goes, we really didn't have a very, very tight-knit relationship. But every now and again, we would go and visit my family in New Orleans or Louisiana. Actually, I think the area would be more called Baton Rouge. And at the time, my dad would go work and I would be entertained by my cousins, my aunts, and my uncles. One particular uncle was my Uncle Junior. He always decided to hang out with me and show me, a lot of things because my dad wasn't really in the picture. He was working and doing whatever because he had a lot of kids. Papa was definitely a Rolling Stone. So there was a comic book convention. Probably my first comic book convention. As I can remember, I was probably about 8. This wasn't no big Dragon Con. It wasn't like Comic Book Con or whatever. It was a rinky-dink comic book convention. And, Junior was like, hey, I know you like watching cartoons and you read the little comic books. Why don't we go to the comic book convention? And I was like, okay, Uncle Junior, that sounds awesome. He was like, yeah, we can go to the comic book convention. I like a particular character I think I'm going to dress up as. Y'all dress up at the comic book convention? I was like, I don't know. I've never been to a comic book convention. Keep in mind, I'm 8 years old. I have no idea what I don't even know really what a comic book convention is. He said, I'm thinking it's comic books. He says it's toys there. Okay, I'm game. I want to go. I want to see what this is. So the next day, we get ready to go to the comic book convention. I'm sitting outside. His wife, Emma, was like, come on, it's hot out here. You got the boy sitting in the sun. It's New Orleans weather. Louisiana weather. You can't have the boy sitting in the sun. It's too hot. Come on, Junior. He like, give me a minute. I'm trying to get straight. So I can't make this up, America. Junior is kind of like a 5'5" individual, not the tallest man in the world. Little beer belly, very skinny, gangly legs. And he decides to dress up as his character. So he comes out the house with this big, huge afro, this t-shirt that's like green, and on the front of it is wrote Superfly, and he's got on some drawers. So like drawers over his pants, and they green and the pants is yellow, and he got on some like flip-flops or some weird type of shoes going on. And I'm like, exactly what is this, America? What is my Uncle Junior coming out here? And Meg's like, is them my swimming drawers you got on? He like, yeah, them swimming drawers. That's the only thing I could make to look like tights. I'm supposed to be Superfly. And to my mind, I'm like, who is Superfly? Who is Superfly? So apparently he modeled this character Superfly off of the 1970s. If y'all ever seen Car Wash, the dude in the car wash was like, he made a character called Superfly. I was like, bzzz. So my Uncle Junior decided to be this Superfly character, but he did it completely wrong. It was horrible, America. He had women's swimming drawers on to look, and I say swimming drawers, please, America. I don't know what swimming drawers really is. I think they meant swimming trunks. Keep in mind, these people are very, very from the country. So when he said swimming drawers, they meant swimming trunks. So it was a women's bikini. Okay, he was wearing the bottom half to his wife's bikini. Now I said Junior had little small skinny legs and small bottom torso, so yeah, he could wear those just fine. So I'm thinking to myself, I don't know what a comic convention is, but I'm instantly thinking this is not what I want to do. I don't want to go around with a grown man in swimming drawers or swimming trunks. I don't know what it is exactly, but I know I don't want to be a part of this. I'm thinking this is not what I want to do because, this is quite scary. So he like, come on, yeah, man, I'm Superfly. We're going to go out here. We're going to get some comics. We're going to have some fun. You're going to be the superhero, and I'm Superfly, and you're going to be my partner. I'm like, I'm not going to do that, but if you say some toys and games involved, I'm going to go. And so we go to the comic book convention, and it's actually was a pretty amazing little comic book convention. And it was video games, it was toys, it was comics, it was all kind of things. And it was people dressed in costumes. However, none of them was wearing women bathing suits. I promise you, none of them was wearing women's bathing suit bottoms. And I might be wrong, America, but I think Junior had a little streak of poop in the back. But I'm not gonna go there. I think it was a little streak of poop in the back of it. So it's very disturbing. But it was my very first time being into the comic book world, around comic books, and being in a convention. I think at the time this was way back, because Stan Lee may have came to this convention. I'm not sure, because honestly, I didn't really even know who Stan Lee was. However, I did get some really good comic books. It introduced me to comic books even more, and I actually went on to make my own version of the Superfly character during my second, third grade years and fourth grade years of making comics. So that was a very interesting time, America. And if anybody ever look back at that footage and you see how embarrassing that was, again, America, that could only happen to a nerd, America. Welcome to the Nerd Strip Club.
That part. Yo, what's up? What's up, world? It's your man, Slim Jim Longfoot, a.k.a. the Goat King of America. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Nerd Strip Club, where we get nerdy and dirty around this thing. So, you know what I'm saying, keep back, you know what I'm saying, relax, shake your tail feathers to this convo, you feel me? Yo, it's me, your boy, Slim Jim Longfoot, JohnnyQuestGaming to my right there, you know what I'm saying? We're making it do what it do. Yo, I'm at a different location right now. I'm actually at the home of JohnnyQuestGaming. He's upstairs in his humble, you know what I'm saying, hideout, you know what I'm saying, in his cave right now, recording right now, while I'm downstairs, you know what I'm saying, in the living room recording, you know what I'm saying, Nerd Strip Club in full effect. Oh, also, when you get a chance, JohnnyQuestGaming, find control down here so we can turn down the TV a smidge. I tried to find the volume on there, but I accidentally turned the TV off. So, you know, the movie's not playing right now. Shout outs to Grand Hustler, who is in the building also over here, you know what I'm saying, cooling and kicking back, you know what I'm saying, in the living room with me. You know what I'm saying, we up here chilling.
I have to get to that. I got to say this, though, Slim. You look like you're about to sell somebody some Coke 45 over there. The pose, the sofa ensemble, like it's about to say.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? We trying to make it do what it do, baby. You know what I'm saying? Believe in yourself with the Colt 45. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
you know my brother. You got to get your own.
We pulling back this Negro theater right here. That's what we doing right now. So, yo, for those who have been tuning in to the Nerd Strip Club, we appreciate each and every last one of y'all.
Every episode, got somebody
in the building right now. Please let us know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment below so we can, you know what I'm saying, talk back to you. Because we live, baby. It is the 3rd of July, 2021. We up in this thing making it do what it do. Shout outs to C's. Shout out to Johnny Quest Uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Don't shout out to Uncle Gene, man.
Right there.
No, man. I'm telling you, man. He almost made me not even want to be a part of this whole comic book generation, man. It was very scarring. I mean, I'm literally walking around in the hot heat of Louisiana heat, and this man has on his wife's bikini bottoms. And I'm not talking about SpongeBob. I'm even talking about Poopy might have a little sponge in his bob. I don't know, but it definitely wasn't cool. So, but
definitely not cool.
So, man, to get this episode started, man, to get in here, man, talk about different things, man. So, this week, you know, we had a lot of stuff go on in the comic book world. The first thing I'm gonna start off, man, by talking about is the fact that our beloved Lovecraft Country, that's right, Lovecraft Country, ladies and gentlemen, will not be renewed for another season. And I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed the show. I think it was awesome. Lovecraft Country touched on so many different things. And on top of that, it got to see people, you know, like me and Slim actually do something outside the normal genres. It wasn't no shade to Tyler Perry or any of the type of movies like that, but it got to show us doing something different. Like we were actually doing, you know, monster hunting, superpowers, space, sci-fi, things that you really don't see from the Black culture enough. So it was really awesome to see that. And Lovecraft Country did all of that, and unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we will not be seeing another Lovecraft Country again. Now that is we still.
And according to Johnny Quest Gaming, y'all, Johnny Quest Gaming, when he told me about this news, which was earlier today, he said it was because of low ratings. Now,
Low
I'm quite
ratings.
sure that was not the case. Lovecraft Country was on the tips of everybody's tongues from the first episode to the last episode. Week in, week out. Everybody was waiting on that next episode of Lovecraft Country. By the time we got to the middle of the season, momentum was crazy, you know what I'm saying, regarding this show and everything about it. Shout out to two artists that I know that worked on the show. One artist by the name of Ashley Woods, who worked on the show Lovecraft Country, and also a Fool Richardson, who is based down here in the ATL, who also worked on Lovecraft Country. And when it comes to this show right here, man, like Lovecraft Country, Journey Smollett, you know, who has been in the industry since she was a kid, her whole family, you know what I'm saying, basically in the industry. Of course, you know, most of you may know her brother from his stint on the show Empire, and as well as they both, well, she didn't start on the show on our own, but that was the first time we seen him. But she goes back to the days of Full House, playing Michelle's friend. Journey Smollett has been a fixture in, you know, the industry all the way up until this point. And you know what I'm saying? And shout out to my guy right here, Jonathan Majors, who we of course know is going to be playing Kang and the Conqueror in the MCU.
That's right.
So I mean, we know that he is going to be good where he's heading, and we know Journey don't sit down for long at all. You know what I'm saying? Journey, first and foremost, I don't keep up with the award shows no more like that, y'all, but I know Journey best to get some type of award for her portrayal on this show right here, because she was on fire, literally on fire on the show. And you know, real talk, you know what I'm saying? Journey needs all the accolades. She's been doing this thing since she was a kid, and you know, she a full grown woman now out here still doing her thing. And you know what I'm saying, ain't taking none of that, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to the young lady, excuse me, I can't remember her name, who played her sister on Lovecraft Country, who is currently on the MCU Disney Plus show Loki. You know what I'm saying?
That's
She's
right.
doing her thing over there as well. You know what I'm saying? But regarding Lovecraft Country, you know what I'm saying, just the scope of it, you know what I'm saying, the scope of seeing from this family, from their origins of in Tulsa, Oklahoma, during that horrific time in history dating back to 1921 up until where they were at, you know, in Chicago in the 1950s, you know, leading into the start of the civil rights movement with the terrific, not terrific, but horrific killing of Emmett Till, a child, by circumstances. You know, y'all don't want me to go there. Y'all want me to go there, I go there. But as of right now, I'm not gonna go there. But yeah, that right there with Johnny Quest Gaming just pulled up.
And I
That's
didn't
coming
mean
out
to
next week, baby.
Yeah, on July the 9th, man. I didn't actually meant to cue that just yet, because but far as Lovecraft Country goes, I think that may have been something that led to his cancellation is due to the fact that it had a lot of racially charged things in there, but things that should be touched.
Racist hate.
Right, but it's one of those things, America, right now, where we're walking on eggshells about things that happen in history, and it's just because it looks negative and it's heartbreaking. It happened. It happened to real people. It affected a real culture, and that's something that we have to face. Only can we face the pain, can we move forward. That's the only way it's going to happen. If we keep turning a blind eye to it, thinking that it didn't happen, or it was just something that was made up or it's fantasy, then you'll continue on to do the same things and make the same mistakes that we have now. But the show itself, I think, really shouldn't have been canceled. I mean, I think it had just as much longevity as shows like True Blood, Dragon, I'm saying Dragon, but Game of Thrones. There was plenty of shows. It had that. Same thing with Watchmen. The Watchmen with Regina King. It ended on a spectacular ending, where you don't know whether she was going to transcend and become the next Dr. Manhattan or what. But what happened in that show also touched on some very racially charged issues. And again, we're not just saying this because we want to be old bashers and say that everybody that the devils or whatever, but at the end of the day, it was subject matter that happened. It affected people, it continues to affect people today, and it's something that should have been shown on TV. And the show itself, I think, shouldn't have been affected by it because it told a story. It told a really good story, and it should continue. But hey, I'm not the person who is executive producer of any of these companies, but I'll tell you this. That was your loss. That's your loss for getting rid of a really great show.
At the end of the day, it's almost like damn if you do, damn if you don't, because you have shows like those two Watchmen, which in my opinion, I believe it ended like a perfect note, even though it obviously could have went on for many more seasons or at least another season, but I think it ended at a perfect note just to leave that, maybe it'll be a story told again, if they want to revisit, what happened, regarding, Regina King's character, Sister Knight, and whether or not she, of course, inherited the powers of her husband, aka Dr. Manhattan, which most likely she did. And another aspect on that, like I said, it's a damn if we do, damn if we don't type of thing. You got these shows that touched on the brutalities of history, Black culture, African American culture, from, the discriminatory practices that happened, in this country, our country, our birth country, the United States of America. And with that being said, like, you have that instance, and then you have another instance regarding, Black Panther, the characters, characters from Wakanda, a country that has never been conquered. So they didn't have to worry about touching on slavery or injustices of any of that sort because they didn't have to go through that. But it still touches hand in hand on them. If you looked at the Black Panther movie, which I'm quite sure everybody who watches this have, with the fact that you have the outside world who has been through these racially charged situations throughout history, as while Wakanda was, in the shadows and not, involved in that, and it wasn't until, that period of time where, the current leader, T'Challa, played by the late Chadwick Boseman, had to actually look at, where does his country stand in this world where other people that look like them have been targeted, throughout history. And so, and one of their own, of course, is trying to, basically, do the reverse as far as history goes. And, when it comes to that, history is a varied thing. It's so many layers of history. We're gonna get into that one of these days, but it's such a varied layer of things and all of that type of stuff. But those two shows, particularly Lovecraft Country, that was a great show, y'all. That was a great show, and I'm really pissed that it doesn't get a second season because it could have done so much more, moving forward. We could have saw the life of Tick's son, seeing him growing up in the 60s and 70s, leading to him being a young man in his late 20s, early 30s in the 1980s. I mean, it was a varied story that could have went on, regarding those characters, regarding his mom Letty, and his cousin, his dad's cousin. I can't recall the young lady's name right now off the top of my head who did Greg in there, and his aunt, his aunt, with her newfound, abilities and all of this such. I mean, it was so much more that could have been done with Lovecraft Country, but they, pulled the plug.
They pulled the plug on it, man. But in a brighter note, if you want to cue that picture up, Slim, that is next week. Of course, we're finally going to get to see Black Widow
After a year and a month,
right? After a complete year and a month, man.
3 months, excuse me.
And that was. I hope it's going to be worth the wait. I mean, we're going to see her before her Avenger stint, so this is supposed to be taking her back. So let's see what's going on, man. I mean, I think this story could be a good one. I don't know how much is going to branch off because now the hype for it is kind of burned down. But let's see what happens, man. I mean, I would love to see Black Widow not die in the Marvel universe. Right now, we got so many different storylines where we're looking at different point of views as far as the different multiverses. So hopefully, we're going to see a multiverse version of her. Or who knows? This might be a multiverse because this is coming after the Loki series. So, you know, if you guys haven't seen Loki, go check that out. You can also see our other episodes that has featured Loki and just giving some recaps on that. But definitely check that out, y'all, because that's going to be something that you would definitely want to see. But guys, I'm gonna share another person that's actually in this movie, a person that we follow close, and I'm sure Slim is going to be happy to show y'all this image.
Oh yeah, you already know, baby. You already know we're gonna talk about the Samurider. We're gonna talk about the Samurider, aka, you know what I'm saying, my jelly stunt though, aka if she ever wants to play jelly, she just wants to straight up play jelly, she can play jelly. You know what I'm saying? Like the Samurider, who I've been following for some years now, is in a freaking, if you don't know who the Samurider is, I don't know what's going on in your life because y'all are basically slipping. This young lady right here, she goes by the Samurider. Her name is Chanel West. She is from Ghana. She is a stunt actor, a self-taught martial artist, and certified PT. You feel me? So she gets down with her. Her tagline is "This city needs a hero." She currently sits at almost 600,000 followers on Instagram, and she has been, you know what I'm saying, about that life for a long time. You know what I'm saying? She is freaking amazing. And she is in the Black Widow. She is in the Black Widow movie. You know what I'm saying? She is just amazing on every level when it comes to everything that she does. So, you know, shout outs to the Samurider and like she is dope. We just gonna let y'all I'm gonna be quiet for a sec so y'all can just look at a little bit of what she do right there. You know what I'm saying? She has this magnificent fro. You know what I'm saying?
And she's self-taught, by the way. She's
Yes,
self-taught martial artist.
like I said earlier, self-taught. You know what I'm saying? The origins of her is she was in an abusive relationship, and you know after that relationship ended, you know she learned how to fight. So I don't see nobody messing with her anytime soon ever again in this life. You feel me? You know what I'm
Black
saying?
girl magic, 100% black girl magic. I love it, man.
Right. And I
100%.
just love it. Like she is just everything that is woman right there. You know, I suggest in this life, every woman needs to at least know how to fight half as good as her. You know what I'm saying? Just to be on your P's and Q's in this world because you know what I'm saying, we always gotta look over our shoulders in life. You know what I'm saying? And it is our job as men, of course, to protect the black women, to protect women, period. But if you know, hey, if y'all want to throw hands with us so we can, you know, tackle it all together, tackle this life together, man.
And when he meant hands with us, he meant like we fight as one as opposed to we fighting each other because I don't want no parts of that shit.
That's what I said, with us. I said throw hands with us, not throw hands at us. Throw hands with us. You feel me? That's that part right there. You feel me? And it's funny because on that recent video that you just showed of her, she has Missy Elliott playing on that song. On that video of hers, and Missy Elliott's birthday was just 2 days ago on the 1st. She is now 50 years old, y'all.
50
Missy Elliott
years
is now
old,
50
man.
years old, and if you have, you know, kept up with Missy Elliott, she of course does not look 50. She is reverse Benjamin Button on y'all, like straight up. Like she ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Missy Elliott. If y'all see her right here, boom, boom. There's Missy Elliott just taking the other day. What? No, that was on June 18th when she posted that up. But yeah, Missy Elliott, like she looks phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Now at the age of 50, you know what I'm saying? The birthday just passed on July 1st. So happy birthday to Missy. Straight up on that. So regarding Black Widow, y'all, Black Widow, of course, we've been waiting on Black Widow to come out since last year, April of 2020, which of course, if you lived in 2020, like we all have, who is
you know what happened.
You know what 2020 was about. So that was a crazy freaking year. And you know, I opted out of it because I was like, I don't want to hear about no updates or this, that, and the third. Just let me know when the movie come out. I don't care about this, that, and the third. And so, with that being said, you know, I think because of the 3 shows that have premiered on Disney Plus since then. I think even though the hype isn't, I actually think the hype is even greater for Black Widow now because of the fact we know now that it's actually coming out on July 9th as opposed to when is it coming out? Is it coming out? When is it coming out? And with that being said, I'm quite sure even though this movie was supposed to come out before the stuff that came on the Disney Plus, I'm quite sure that the stuff on Disney Plus has affected it in some type of way, specifically on Loki, which we haven't touched on yet regarding the new episode 4, which was freaking phenomenal. And if you saw the completion of the episode, remember if you're watching a Marvel show, always make sure you go all the way to the end because you never know if they're gonna have something.
So we're gonna give them. Not
two.
We're gonna give them the image of it. Hold on, we're gonna let them see exactly what you should be seeing to end look. So I didn't want to touch. I didn't want to do it yet. You know what I mean? But okay, Slim brought it out. So
but we in the MCU vein, so you know what I'm saying. We in the movies and TV category. So I had to get to them right there because we gotta let them know that we got this here talking about this here. We trying to let them know what it be about around here. We trying to let them know what it be about. Soon as you're ready, I'm gonna cue that thing up.
Yeah, man. So a lot of things happen in episode 4 of Loki. A lot of revelations, a lot of amazing stuff. I mean, it was definitely. I mean, we didn't see what I thought was going to happen, and this is just me going out there on a limb. We didn't see a butt naked Storm. I thought maybe we would, but I guess that didn't happen. So. Maybe next episode. I mean, I'm thinking that it's gonna happen one day. I can, pray that it happen, but it may not. So maybe next episode we get a butt naked Storm. I think that works well for the plot if you think about it. Actually,
definitely, most definitely. I don't see why that would deviate from the plot at all.
I don't think it was like deviate from the plot at all. I think that'd be perfect. But we did get. None other than Kid Loki, Croc Loki, Boastful Loki, and old school original Loki. That's right. And when did you see these people? Not on the episode, but after Loki met a horrible demise.
Right.
That's right. So somehow people aren't dying on Loki. They're actually getting put into some type of weird pocket alternate universe. And the thing that I think is really cool about the Boastful Loki, you kind of see he's got his own menorah in his hand, which is kind of cool. And that's something out of the comic books with him having his own kind of version of that. And then it's really funny because you got Kid Loki with Croc Loki, which is just awesome. Right down to the horns with Croc Loki. But my man, the best one of all time is a straight up old school Loki. He looks like somebody he actually looks like Uncle Junior, and which is funny because when you see this type of costume, this is what type of level that Uncle Junior thought in his head that his costume was on. Even though this is not the best costume, but he kind of thought he was on the level. So yeah, this is what it is. But you got all of them, and Loki saw him. My man's Loki's like, what the hell is going on? So Slim, what's your take? What do you think is going on right here?
Well, I'm gonna say it like this. One of my theories is that is this a shared quote unquote pocket universe? Like, are all the people who have ever been hit with the little thing with the transporter, what we thought was disintegrating them, are all of them ending up in the same place, or are they all in different places? Considering they're different, in a place where it's only their variants at, which I'm quite sure this place right here is probably a place where all the variants have been have been sent, every time they're hit with the little thing. You feel me? So that's what I'm guessing. Now I'm guessing with these 4 Lokis popping up on Loki, as soon as he touched down, they can of course sense, their variants when they come down, or probably them in particular, since of course all the Lokis have powers, so they can probably sense their, aura, their energy or whatever when another variant of them comes through. And so this is going to be obviously this is going to be the biggest point, the biggest scope where all of the attention is going to be in the next episode, finding out what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? Because when Loki got hit, it was like, wait, he just got hit, so there's no way he can be dead unless they or gotta, unless Lokia, Shelby gotta bring him back some type of way or whatever. But now that we know that they aren't dead, they are being sent to another little pocket dimension or whatever the case, or a prison or whatever. Probably, I'm quite sure they're not all in an apocalyptic event. They probably don't send them to an apocalyptic event, or maybe they do. Maybe they do teleport them to an apocalyptic event. I don't know. So it's either a prison of sorts for the variants that they send them to. There's in a pocket universe or something. And another thing too. Now that we know that the timekeepers are not real, a lot of speculation has been going on that this may all be the works of either another Loki, or B, Kang and the Conqueror. Those are two of the theories that's going on as well.
So that's my theory is like it's Loki, but then this is something too you gotta think of Revelation 2. If the Time Lords aren't real, right? If they're not real, and the fact that variants are literally the TBA, which the TBA job is to destroy all variants, then who's to say that whenever you set off that bomb and we so-called think that she made all these different rifts and caused all these different branches and all these different variants, that all she did was actually just remove the veil and everything is just in much disarray that we thought in the very first place. Maybe there was no Time Lords to bring order to the time continuum, and the time continuum has no control. Because you remember whenever they said that Loki asked, how come the Avengers can go through time and make all these changes and I can't? It was like, oh, because that was meant to happen. No, it's because you guys are a bunch of programmed robots, and if the Time Lords tell you that it's okay for the Avengers to do it, then they can do it. So what I'm suspecting is here, the Time Lords haven't done jack shit, okay? The Time Lords haven't melded anything together. There's no one timeline. There isn't. There's not. There's no one timeline.
It's a whole made up story.
It's all made up, and everything is really everywhere, and they're just trying to destroy as many variants as they can to make possibly one cohesive timeline.
Mm-hmm. And with that thought being said too, that's what's going to definitely lead into Doctor Strange's movie Multiverse of Madness.
Because, the Multiverse of Madness.
Someone such as him is going to be able to, do the job of the Time Lords or the Timekeeper, so to speak, and try to make a sense out of the mess. Because of course we're definitely, I don't know, it could be a play. We might get some of this in the next Spider-Man movie regarding the multiverse. We might not, it's it's an if and they could be pulling our leg on that, like we probably won't see, because I don't care about when it comes to who's been on set or this might happen. I don't care about the hearsay. I just want to see the actual product, and then I go off the actual product. I don't want to be like, ooh, is Nicholas Hammond from the '70s Spider-Man going to be on set? I don't care.
Me personally with Spider-Man, I enjoyed the first Spider-Man. The second one, not so much. And it's like Spider-Man it's like Superman. Like you keep rehashing the origin story with Spider-Man over and over again. And you keep putting Spider-Man in a situation where he's got the not so perfect Mary Jane. Like it doesn't take much to just write the story. The comic book is a comic book. It's called a comic book. Most things you adapt from the book. But these things are just one director saying, okay, well, I'm going to do it this way, I'm going to do it that way. So I don't put a whole lot of stock in what the next Spider-Man will be, because again, it's meant to be this rehash of Spider-Man's origin and retelling his story. And right now, he's out trying to get him some Zendaya anyway, because if y'all haven't read the tabloids, the two are apparently in the car kissing. Oh, that's amazing, right before the filming comes out.
Well, with that being said, it would be foolish not for that to be going on, because first and foremost, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they were quarantined together. So because they were doing.
They may have been quarantined. Yeah, I don't know.
So with all that being said, like if he's been quarantined with Zendaya for the past year, better be some kissing come up out of this.
We
we already know what it is. Which If you do swing that way, you do swing that way. But if you quarantine was in there for over a year, it's best to be a baby coming up out of that.
I'm just hoping Spider-Man, he strapped up his web shooters.
Oh yeah, well, but he get the whipping though. He get the whipping when he whipping.
He was like, but he also has a problem when they jam. So I don't know how painful that would be. But
yeah,
right.
So at least it's not organic like it was in Spider-Man 2.
Well, I would hope it was. I would hope it would be organic, but who knows?
Well, you want it to be organic, but but not organic web shooters, which is a cool idea, so to speak. I do like the idea of organic web shooters. Even my dad liked the idea of organic web shooters, but I personally like the traditional, the original mechanical web shooters. But organic is a cool idea because if he's going to have all the powers of a spider, why can't the man shoot his own web? You know what I'm saying? But I like the mechanical web shooters. I am team mechanical web shooters, but I'm not against organic web shooters. Although, it made the Grammy movies. It didn't give like when he went up against a strong villain and they grabbed
right and they couldn't crush the web shooters. Like that was my favorite thing with Spider-Man growing up as a kid was like Spider-Man would literally take these beatings. And he would try to do his web shooters, and then they would smash his web shooters, and then he had to think on his wits to come up with something else. So I always think that was a dope concept. Then whenever they did it in a movie, I was like, I get what you're doing, but that's not necessarily Spider-Man per se, because Spider-Man always going to be the downtrodden. He got to try to figure it out. You know what I mean? And besides, he I just was thinking about the webs being like, I think too hard on the subject. I was like, dang, what happened if he gunk up Mary Jane with some spider webs? Like that'd be kind of gross. You know what I mean? Like that'd be nasty. So, I'm just saying.
Part. Now, while you got this pulled though, Johnny Quest Gaming, I'm gonna let you go first on this right here, and then I'm gonna go after you.
Hey man. So with this one, the Space Jam is coming, I think, July 23rd on HBO Max and well in theaters, just like how Black Widow's coming out on Disney Plus July 9th as well as in theaters. But Space Jam, man, on paper, it looks great. You got LeBron James, the King James, my boy. You got the rest of the Toon Squad coming back. But, of course, they had to go and do something to ruin the entire thing. And I know that's exactly what Slim wants to talk about. And it was despicable, in the words of Daffy Duck, despicable. And I don't think it was right. But I'm excited to kind of see this one beforehand, before I heard the bad news on what they did. And actually when I saw what they did. So I just put that out there. Everybody and their mama was ready to see the next part of this because they wanted to see how the jam was jamming, and now it ain't jamming at all. So, but big ups to King James, man. LeBron, man, you didn't win a championship this year. However, you went on. I'm hoping this movie does really good for you. Even they hooked my man LeBron's hairline up. You see that? His hairline's kind of dope, right? He got a good hairline right there. I like that, how they did that. They hooked that up.
Well, the one thing they ain't, we know this now. The one thing that he ain't never getting rid of is his hairline.
Man.
I've been holding on strong to mine too. Not as hard as him though. Like I haven't done anything artificially to keep my hairline. My hairline is just holding on a little stronger than most. You know what I'm saying? But my joint is, you know what I'm saying? My joint is real though. It just like, it ain't thick like it used to be, but it's still real though.
You know who LeBron's hairline remind me of, man? You remember Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade, and the old knight was just sitting there. He was just sitting there to the end of time, just waiting. That's him. That's his hairline. His hairline is just waiting like for some clippers to come and shave the whole head off. He chose poorly. Like, you know what I mean? Like LeBron, man, that's my boy though. LeBron just still salutes off to you, man. Hats off to you. Me, my ball situation, my hairline, I gave up the guard on that a long time ago. But however, I hope that this movie does well because it's Space Jam. It's a continuation. It's a sequel. It's a sequel, but it's another. They've kidnapped another basketball player. That's what they've done. They kidnapped Michael Jordan. Now they kidnap LeBron James, they kidnap people apparently and bring them into the universe to play basketball, and that's what happens. And then you have Tweety sitting on your shoulder, which I wouldn't have a bird sitting on my shoulder because he is a bird. He might take a poop on my shoulder. But
Right.
so Slim, I'm gonna let you hit what you want to talk about because I know exactly what you got to say. So I'm gonna let you go into that. Go right ahead.
I got a few things to say actually. So, you know what I'm saying? Some of the things might surprise you, might not, but you know what I'm saying? Okay, first and foremost, let's go ahead and get my girl out the way. 25 years ago, the first Space Jam movie came out, a classic. Michael Jordan, of course, was in it, you know, greatest basketball player of all time. Not so much as a great
Hey man, don't say it. We're not gonna talk about it.
hey, come for me
Hey
if you
man.
want to. I stuff your Jordans. Anyway.
Yeah, man.
So
yeah, man.
anyways, with that being said, great movie because it actually went along with the plot that was going on in real life, you know, with Michael Jordan not being in basketball, you know what I'm saying, going to baseball for a little bit. It was actually perfect. The movie was actually perfect because
Perfect.
it made you feel like, okay, so this is what Michael Jordan did before he came back into basketball. He got
Right.
convinced by the Looney Tunes characters to come back. Like it felt like it was all tied in and real, even though of course the people that was in the movie wasn't his real family or whatnot. But at the time you didn't know what Jordan's kids looked like or whatever like that. So it was just like, okay, yeah, them Jordan's real kid. And and I can believe I can fly and all that, everything, and Bill Murray was in the mug. He had the classic line about Larry Bird, who was another great basketball player. He said, hey, that dude ain't white. He clear. Larry Bird ain't white. He clear, bro. He clear. Like that was the line that you
That was
still
the
remember
line,
25 years
man.
later.
That was
Like,
the
I mean,
line.
it was true because Larry Bird was the truth. And he wasn't no white boy. He was clear.
It was
That boy
definitely
was clear.
clear,
You
man. He
couldn't
was
classify
clear.
him as white. He was bad. You know what I'm saying? And of course, as we all do, age got him, and it back. Because he was playing during the real era of basketball when somebody body slam you on the floor. That would be like a a little foul, and you get to go take a point, and then they'll come right back out, and they're gonna do the same thing to you again. You know what I'm saying? You do that now, and you suspended for like 2 years. So,
Right.
so,
Right.
so with that being said, that was the real basketball days right there. So Lola Bunny was introduced in this movie in the
Oh
first Space
man.
Jam 25 years ago. She was hot. She was sassy. She was just who she was. She was looking great, and of course, now the agenda peoples, want to take away, who she is. Like I'm like, God, please. I'm saying this now, and I just thought about this. So y'all better not ever come for Jessica Rabbit. Ever. Just go in the dark. Y'all. I mean, it's like, come on.
Hey, they
You
tried to
got
go after
Petunia.
Jessica
You
Rabbit.
got Daisy. You got my bad. My bad. Them Warner Brother characters. I'm tripping. I mean, not Warner Brother characters, but them Disney characters. I'm tripping. Petunia Pig
Right.
and Daisy and Minnie. My bad. So I guess
Well,
y'all got
Minnie's
Lola
not really a
confused
really
with. So y'all
character
like,
though.
oh well, we gotta make Lola this way in the word. She can't be. It's not like she was daggone twerking or showing off her tail. Showing off her puffy tail or anything like that. She was just pretty, and then y'all got her looking like, what I'm saying? She been singing in the trailer park for like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are y'all doing with my girl Lola? Y'all were tripping. It's just like y'all will look at her and be like, oh my God, she's showing stomach off with a sword or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be tripping. Y'all be just straight up tripping. Like calm it down. Like calm it down. Like there are beautiful women, there are sexy women, there are strong women, and there are, some women who just got great personalities. Well, you
I mean,
can't be ugly and not have a good personality. You can't do
I
that.
mean,
I'm just saying.
you know
Well,
what
then again,
Lola.
there are guys like that too, but I don't look at guys like that. Yeah.
Lola
But
though,
anyway, but that being
she had
said,
her tropes though, to
right.
say it. She had her tropes. So I mean, I've seen Lola's image in some very nefarious places. Let's just put it like that.
Oh
But I
yeah,
hope
no doubt on that. No doubt. Yeah, you gonna get that. And so another thing with this, like the storyline, what I've seen with the storyline for Space Jam 2, with this Space Jam here, they kidnapped his son, like they could go they stretched that little bit of drama just too far. It was just a little too far fetched. Like, got this whole fake film. Oh, LeBron, they took our son, and he gotta go find his
right.
son. But one of the biggest things as to why I'm not caring about this movie me personally is Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle. the fact that he's in this movie, I will not be watching it because of the simple fact of how he, you know what I'm saying, went straight up like a punk, put his mouth all in the business regarding Letitia Wright last year. If you haven't seen about what happened with Letitia Wright last year, who played Shuri in the Black Panther in the MCU, Black Panther sister, you know, go look that up and find out about that. And the fact that he had to put his mouth up in that situation, in that conversation, like he's the agenda bodyguard. It's like, bruh, like, just shut up and make your movie. Like, why you all up in that business? And then you just, I mean, he acted as though, you know, like you see two people getting ready to, you know, fight in school, and you know you got somebody trying to de-escalate and saying, hey, y'all don't need to fight, and he coming back saying, hey, y'all need to fight. You know what I'm saying? He's like one of them people. You feel me? So, like, yeah, Don Cheadle, like, after he did that last year, I'm like, yeah, I ain't watching nothing else with Don Cheadle. You know, like, I almost turned off the first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier just seeing him in it. I was like, ugh. Like, I can't, yeah, I don't even know. Nope.
Well,
So,
you know, I mean, I think it was definitely a problem from my standpoint. Like, looking at it, I was like, man, you know, you shouldn't definitely back someone that's, you know, your own colleague. But, you know, moving away from that, because that's very depressing.
right.
When I'm thinking
you
about
get the STFU award done.
he definitely get that. But so, you know, we getting close to the end. We got some last things to hit on here, man. And one of them, I'm gonna show y'all that I'm so freaking happy about, is this little tidbit right here. Some of you want to cue it up?
Yeah, man.
That's right.
Hey.
Ghost of Tsushima, the director's cut, is coming out. And then we talked about this last time about Ghost of Tsushima. And if y'all haven't seen Ghost of Tsushima, haven't played Ghost of Tsushima, man, I really don't know what you're doing with your life, man. This is probably one of the best games that came out last year. And now it's getting a director's cut, a full PlayStation 5 revamp of the game with enhanced graphics, 4K at 60 frames per second. And it's getting a new area. It's got haptic feedback from the new controllers. I mean, the game was already beautiful. The game already played amazing. It was one of the better storylines out there, and they're just making it even better, man. We were thinking that we're probably never going to get it anytime soon, but the game is actually coming out in August, and it's going to blow your mind. It blew my mind. I'm so excited about this one, man. It Ghost of Tsushima. Big ups to them for bringing it back. So I cannot wait to play that game, y'all. That is going to be the game to play. Now, the next thing that I just ran into today, and I showed Slim this, and everybody, and Slim can attest to it. He actually got his hands on and got to play it. And I'll show y'all a little bit of this game, man. Is Marvel's new RPG that's coming out, which is a full world, open world game called Marvel Future Revolution. And I've got to find you some decent gameplay so y'all can see it. But it's amazing, man. It's going to be one of the top games out there, I think, when it does drop. You're going to be like, man, because when I saw it, I was like, holy crap, this is amazing. So I'm going to share this with y'all so y'all can see it. Give me just a second here where I get this pulled up. And you're like, man, Johnny was not lying. This thing right here is fire, son. This is it, John Quest. I want to go play it right now. And
I can attest to that right now, y'all. Yo, I just played that like right before we, aired right here. Marvel Future Revolution is freaking phenomenal. And according to JohnnyQuestGaming, it is also done by Unreal Engine, which is the same people behind the game that I like to play on my mobile phone, which of course JohnnyQuestGaming introduced me to Dragon Roger. So with that being said, yo, the graphics, I played this game in my own hand. The graphics, y'all, is freaking crazy. The graphics is freaking crazy. The graphics is freaking crazy. The graphics are freaking crazy. And when you see this right here, yo, when you see this, you know what I'm saying? This is from in-game footage right here. This is the game. You know what I'm saying? This right here is looking freaking phenomenal, y'all. Look at that. And this is a mobile game. This is a
Mobile
mobile
game.
game.
This is not console. This is mobile, y'all. Straight up.
This is a
100%.
mobile game. This ain't on no PS4, PS5. This is mobile, y'all.
And it's full open world. It's full open world. Complete open world. So, man, I'm excited about playing this game. I think it's going to be unfreaking believable.
It's going to be uncanny. It's going to be spectacular. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be invincible. It's going to be all of the adjectives that are associated with Marvel. All the Marvel characters, for real. Like, straight up like that.
And any of y'all want to get out there and play it, there are some ways to play it. Got to be a little tech savvy, but your boy Johnny Quest was able to play it hands-on. It just as good as the trailer looks. The gameplay is just that good. So please,
like I said,
please.
Myself. Right before we aired, I was playing this joint myself, and this on the phone, it's like, what you gonna do, man? Like, what can you say? And first of all, like, I got a question for you, son. Because this doesn't release officially until October. What you had earlier, is that the full version of the game?
I'm Johnny Quest Gaming, man. Of course, it's the full game.
See, I already know that. I know that question, but I wanted y'all to know that question because this dude right here, you see that guy? You see that guy right there? You know what I'm saying? He's like Iron Man. He put together the game in a cave. Well, put together the game. He got together in the cave. He in the cave right now. You know what I'm saying? Putting it together. Speaking of, you know what I'm saying, this right here, you know what I'm saying, this toy right here, Skeleton God, he just got, you know what I'm saying, from Masters of the Universe Revelation, baby. Masters of the Universe Revelation, that Skeleton God he got. That joint is tough, y'all. You see that joint? You know what I'm saying? Of course, Masters of the Revelation got some leaked footage that we seen earlier today as well, y'all. Masters of the Universe Revelation, that is going to be freaking tough.
I wish I could show that, and I wish I could show it to people because Slim, the intro had me. In the intro, if y'all haven't seen it, because it's not out yet, but the intro is gonna blow your mind. I mean, it's gonna take you right back to the '80s. You're gonna feel like you're buying the toys all over again. It's freaking phenomenal, y'all. It's freaking phenomenal. I mean, I can't say how awesome it is. I know there's a lot of things that I'm a little raising a few eyebrows on. Got a little frustrations about, but nonetheless, I think the He-Man Revelation series is going to be amazing. I think it's going to be a really great show. I actually recently, I got, it's like Slim just showed you, I got my hands on the Skeleton God action figure. I also pre-ordered the Battle Cat for the series, so I should be getting that soon. We can show it on the channel. And I also got the other Skeletor and the He-Man coming in the Evil Land. So when those come, we'll be the first to debut them on our show so you guys can get a hand on them. If you guys are looking to see what the action figures look like, go to Pixel Dan. He's got every single action figure. He's actually displaying every single He-Man action figure from the Revelation series. So definitely go check it out. As well as he's got some stuff from Origins and some other ones. So definitely check those out. Matter of fact, Slim, I got a toy, another He-Man action figure I got to show you after the show. But going into the world of music, Slim, before I cue this video up and we introduce this next young man, very talented young man, that's got the internet ablaze. What do you got for music this week?
What I got for who now?
Music.
Okay, for music this week. All right, y'all. Okay, for music, I got two. I got before we get into music, let me get into comic books real quick. Yo, show them what you got there. Show them what you got, Johnny Quest Gaming. Show them what you got.
I'll show you.
He got this book that the animated movie is based off of.
It's the Holy Grail right here. Muff.
You know what I'm saying? Muff.
If y'all haven't seen the anime, man, go see it, man. It's like the hip hop kiss to Akira. It is amazing. This book is actually like the first part of the movie. It's probably a good 40 pages in this book. So I was super happy Slim got his hands on this for me. I've been looking for it, and he got it. That man's the literally, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Man. So he's the GOAT. You know what I mean? He's the GOAT, man, for getting this for me. Great book. It's just, if you haven't seen the anime, go see it. It's on Netflix right now by the same title, Muff. I actually bought the DVD for this when it come out.
MFKZ.
Right. And I mean, when you see this, pay no attention to this because the characters look nothing like that. It's not a ripoff of Ghost Rider at all. So check it out, man. It's worth seeing. It's worth seeing. And Slim, you want to show them the 2 books that you got there?
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Books that I got right here. These are both from DC Comics. Let me show these joints to y'all real quick. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. Yo, shout out to Johnny
That might be.
for giving me these
That might be
right here. We of course got. We got first and foremost. We got the Milestone Returns Infinite Edition 0. You know what I'm saying? These books right here. These characters right here. Of course, you know, highlighted with Icon. Static, the characters from the Milestone Universe hardware. You know what I'm saying? We got Reginald Hutland. He is one of the writers on it. A fellow indie artist that we know who has done work, obviously, you know, with DC and everything. Nicholas Draper Ivy is on it. Chris Cross is on it. Shout outs to Chris Cross, not the rap group, y'all. It's the artist, Chris Cross. You know what I'm saying?
Jump.
So definitely got some great stuff going on up in here, as well as this joint right here, which also has Chris Cross and Nicholas Draper Ivy's work on it. Issue number 1 of Static Season 1, the first issue right here, also by Milestone / DC. You know what I'm saying? For those that don't know the origins as far as Static goes, Static is the name of the character, which of course the cartoon in the late 90s, early 2000s was based off of Static Shock. Of course, Phil Lamar from Mad TV fame, he of course voiced the character Static on that show. Static was created back in 1993 by the gentlemen who are behind Milestone Comics, who of course was distributed through DC. All were black creators. Of course, one of the biggest ones. My brain. You know who I'm talking about? My boy, McDuffie,
who went on to write tons of stuff.
Passed. Rest in peace to McDuffie. Those were some great, you know, people who paved the way for, you know what I'm saying, black creators, black comic book artists and writers, you know what I'm saying, from that point forth. Of course, one of their peers who created Brother Man, who of course formerly known as David Sims, Dawood, you know what I'm saying, Dawood, you know what I'm saying, awesome artist and writer who still doing his thing to this day, 30 plus years later after the first Brother Man issue. So you know what I'm saying, yo, we stand on y'all shoulders, man, to keep this thing going and, you know, pushing this thing forth to the next generation. You know,
and I like about that Static series too, once you read it, Slim, it's actually more close to the cartoon series from the Warner Brothers cartoon series about Static Shock. So I think that's really cool. They took on a lot of the different characters and they adapted them, and it's really good. Sounds like Grant Hustler
providing the tunes back there.
He's doing a little mixing and scratching.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Mixing and scratching for nostrils, you know.
So we gotta bring in some music to kind of, you know, drown out Hustler. So Slim,
right.
So we try to get in new music. One in particular is a young gentleman by the name of Keat. He's on YouTube, he's on Instagram, he's on TikTok, and he actually made this video for TikTok. He does a lot of skits, he makes his own music, really talented. You know, I ran this one by Slim. This video has at one point on TikTok over 3 million views, but it was removed due to said content said it was violent or pro-advocated violence, but he was just using a lot of Japanese animation tropes in the rap, and it's dope. So we know
how TikTok is. TikTok on that BS, and with
they are, man.
We about to play this for y'all real quick. I already actually got it queued up already in the studio, son. So sit back.
I got it.
We about to give y'all 2 minutes of it like this.
You want to keep going? Back. My boy done put me on to anime, now I see shit clearer. So I've been putting my pen to the page, my name is Kira. Now I'm too raw, man, these chopsticks are how you leaking. I'm in the game, but it's like SAO, these niggas sleeping. After I drop this, all y'all niggas gon' be biting. But when you see this shit reposted, know that I'm the original Titan. Don't apologize, you puppet, I don't care that you so sorry. Dedicate this to my brother, man, I'm moving like a Tachi. Y'all boys is goofy, this Mac 10 extendo, I call it Luffy. This that sage mode that I be on. Y'all come up as rising gone. I ain't what you used to. Throw up signs, it's not a jutsu. Word to Mirio. I activate quirk and I'm running through you. It's a different mode. I'm like Kid Goku, don't make me get the pole. I'm cold like Todoroki mama, flexing like I'm Asta. Make a Yuki hit a special Shokugeki, now your pasta. Gave your punches after punches, so respect me like Saitama. Can't nobody stop me, I see what you doing. I'm gifted with hockey, I'm going berserk on these niggas like Bradley. It's out for a 9, that's worth the Kakashi. Adopted y'all niggas, you know the plan. I'm up and I promise I'll never land. I flipped on the beat and I'm wrecking it. Got my eye on the prize like I'm Pegasus. Rock, paper, scissors, shooting, you're gone. A freezer with it, bring the fight to your home. Vegeta with it, put an M on your dome. Shoot the chopper, take your soul, king, when I turn you to bones. Tell me who's spookier. She gave me that coochie like Rukia. She gave me a hand like she robbing. She like Dr. Stone with the noggin. Woo. Shopping, I don't even look at the price. Naked frozen like it's Yuri on ice. Sub of a dub, that's a word of advice. And if she watching dub, I can't make her my wife. Nah, I can't make her my wife. She watching dub, I can't make her my wife. Nah, I can't make her my wife. Nah, I can't make her my wife.
Yo, that's that heat. That's that fire. That's fire.
Shout out to KeatsDidIt, yo.
Yo, man. He said extended like Luffy.
Yo.
Put the M on. I'm throwing up an ancient. Yo, that young man is very talented. He's very talented, man.
That was what you call that fire right there. That was
how,
pure fire, young man.
That's how you end the episode right there, man. That's how you end the episode, man. So I mean, I ain't got nothing else, man. That's it. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, tune in next time when we do 007, episode 007. We're gonna do a little tribute to the original, you know what I'm saying, man, James Bond, you know what I'm saying, Agent 007, you know what I'm saying, just to go off of, you know, some of our favorite Bond movies, you know, favorite Bonds period, you know what I'm saying, and so much more going on because, hey, you know what I'm saying, hey, it be so much going on in this world, man. We be trying to daggone think of things, to talk about things and to do
it's
things.
Plenty to talk about, man. It's plenty to talk about always, man.
All day, every day. So make sure y'all tune in. You know what I'm saying? It might not be the same nerd time, but it's gonna be the same nerd channel, baby. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? Any last words?
That's right. Hey man, stay safe and go stay safe and go check out that Keats, man. Straight up, man. Go check that out. And continue to subscribe to your boy Slim Jim Longfoot, your boy Johnny Quest Gaming, and most importantly, subscribe to the Nerd Strip Club.
That part.
That's it. That's
Nerd
out.
Strip Club, baby. We out.